Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Gnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauravaktavan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Teachings of Queen Kunti, chapter 21. So yesterday we were reading how there is no value for us without Krishna in our life. Please do not understand this. They are very proud of having a nice body and a nice name. People do not understand this. They are very proud of having a nice body and a nice name. They think I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm German, and so on. But what is all this? These are simply bogus names and bogus forms with no value. So our nice body, our nice name, which we feel so happy if somebody calls nicely, is of no value. No value. Prabhupada is saying simply bogus. Bogus because they're just temporary and really of no significance. And this nice body, which is actually not nice at all, which is called Vyadi Mandira. Body is called Vyadi Mandira. Vyadi means disease. It's a temple of disease. Mind and body, temple of disease. It's actually the means through which we are suffering, and almost it is the reason why we are suffering, because for satisfying body and mind we are doing so many things, and we end up in so much suffering. So really this is not a nice body. Of course the body keeps changing, but we are still fascinated, attached, attracted to this so-called nice body. Um, and yeah, it's just we don't even know what is there inside, right? It's just the skin. That's all that attracts us. So this nice body is really not nice, and we are so attached to it, and we are living for this body. So useless. If we subtract Krishna, everything is zero. This is a fact. But people are such rascals that they do not understand this fact. But who can deny it? The American body or Indian body may have a good name, but if it has no consciousness, what is its value? No value. Which means if a person is dead, American or Indian, it doesn't matter. So it has no value. Therefore, it is said, Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastram Japas Tapaha Apranasyeva Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam Hari Bhakti Sudhodaya. For a person devoid of devotional service to Krishna, Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya, Bhagavad Bhakti Hina, one who is devoid of devotional service to Krishna, Jati Shastram Japa Tapa. Jati, birth in a great family, nation, his knowledge of revealed scripture, his performance of austerities, penance, japa, tapa, chanting of Vedic mantras, apranasyeva dehasya, aprana, which has no prana, which means dead body. Dehasya mandanam lokaranjanam are like ornaments on a dead body. Such ornaments simply serve the concocted pleasures of the general populace. Lokaranjanam is just some ranjana, some entertainment. It simply serves the concocted pleasures of the general populace. But really, the key thing here is Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya. So one who is devoid of bhakti, whatever he does, are just like ornaments on a dead body, useless, worthless. We all have consciousness, but what is this consciousness? It is Krishna consciousness. We have forgotten Krishna, and therefore we simply say consciousness. But really, consciousness means Krishna consciousness. Because without Krishna, we cannot have consciousness. He's such a powerful, we can't think like this, Sai Prabhupada is Prabhupada. Without Krishna, we cannot have consciousness. So really consciousness means Krishna consciousness. There's no other consciousness. Hmm. Oh, 1 second. My charger is. So we have to understand that actually what we need is real consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness. If there is no Krishna consciousness, then there is really no consciousness. Uh, Without Krishna, there's no consciousness. Without the sun, how can there be sunshine? Therefore, we say sunshine and not just shine. See, such amazing logic. Mm. Only if you're philosophically oriented, you can appreciate this. Uh, Therefore, we say sunshine and not just shine. So consciousness is like shine. So it is actually doesn't make any sense. It has to be Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada is saying similarly consciousness, meaning just like shine is not acceptable, but it has to be sunshine. Consciousness is not acceptable. It means only Krishna consciousness. This requires a little intelligence to understand, but devotees like Kunti have this intelligence and understanding. Therefore, Kunti says the Pandavas and Yadus are so important, but what is actually our value? When we read Prabhupada's books, it gives us so many tools to actually defend the philosophy. We don't have to, feel like, oh, I'm incapable. How will I defend? Prabhupada is given all logic. And it's so beautiful. So we can say, come to the real consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Somebody says, I'm conscious. Say, really, you're unconscious because you don't have Krishna in your life. So it is real consciousness is Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna is bidding farewell, Kunti laments, you will go and we shall not be able to see you. What then will be the value of our name and fame? This is very painful. Just this statement. Today we might not feel the pain of this. But just imagine if Krishna were to go away from our life, what would we be? We just can't imagine. And we don't even want to think about it. Of course, Kunti and other exalted devotees, they're able to see Krishna face to face. How much more would their pain be? Right now, for us, it is just Krishna consciousness. It's still not, we have not come to the stage of seeing Krishna. Uh, and if we have made a little progress in Krishna consciousness, we understand that what is life without Krishna? There's no life. And just imagine when we progress to a stage where we can actually see Krishna. Then what is Krishna? What is life without seeing Krishna? It is useless. That's why all our acharyas, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, they're all crying, Krishna, Radha, where are you? Where are you? Because without seeing Krishna and Radha for a moment, life is useless. And we are so uselessly living for so many years. And in this lifetime also, we have come in touch with Krishna, but we have still not developed attraction. We have developed to some extent. Each of us have developed to a different extent. But we should reach this stage. How will we live without you, Krishna? Even a moment. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he's like so many yugas. So we should think about this. This is a real life. The real life is to be with Krishna, to serve Krishna, to serve Radha. This is our real life. If it is not there, everything else is worthless. Bhavato darshanam, bhavato adarshanam yarhi rishikhanam iveshituhu. He gives the example that without Krishna, they would be like senses without life. Really, we can just read these statements and just move on, right? Like, senses without life, okay. But can we even think about this? How will existence be when there are senses but without life? Like basically a dead body. Senses are there, but you no use. This has to be, we have to reach this stage of attachment to Krishna, that without Krishna, our life becomes like literally we are like dead. In this material world, we desire sense enjoyment, but without Krishna or without Krishna consciousness, there's no possibility of sense enjoyment. So, Prabhupada is now giving a different spin. You want sense enjoyment? Yeah, but without Krishna or without Krishna consciousness, there's no possibility of sense enjoyment. If you really want sense enjoyment, for that also you have to come to Krishna. We may have strong arms and legs, but when there is no consciousness, when there is no Krishna consciousness, we cannot even utilize them. An intelligent person, therefore, knows that without Krishna, his senses have no value. And therefore, he becomes a devotee. He rightly concludes that because there is an intimate relationship between senses and Krishna, as long as senses are active, it is one's duty to use the senses in the service of Krishna. This is bhakti. Hmm. Prabhupada here is saying that actually without Krishna consciousness, we are actually dead. Without Krishna, we cannot use our senses also, right? Because the senses are active just because Krishna is there. Atma, Paramatma, all of them are part of Krishna, expansion of Krishna. So without Krishna, our senses are useless. Uh, so we have to use the senses in the service of Krishna, because it is because of Krishna that our senses are active. So as a little bit of gratitude towards Krishna, we should use our senses in his service. This is bhakti. To use an example I'm given many times, suppose in an assembly one finds $100 note that has fallen from someone's pocket. If one takes that note and puts it in one's own pocket, one is a thief, because that note does not belong to him. This is called bhoga, false enjoyment, meaning trying to enjoy something which is not ours. So we are trying to enjoy what is not ours. Our family, wife, husband, children, property, money, everything. Nothing is ours. And we are trying to enjoy it. So this is bhoga, false enjoyment. So we are thieves, and Prabhupada elsewhere writes, how can thieves be happy? How can thieves have peace of mind? So he says in second chapter, Ashantasya kutas sukham. So he says in that, saying that if somebody is a thief, how can he have peace of mind? Then again, someone else may think, oh, why shall I touch it? It belongs to someone else. Let it remain there. I have nothing to do with it. This is called tyaga, renunciation. So although the $100 note is the same, one person is trying to enjoy it while another is trying to give it up. But both of them, the bhogi and tyagi, are fools. And the bhogis are the karmis, and those who are working very hard to exploit the resources of material nature, like the scientists, for example, who are doing research to further such exploitation. What an amazing statement. What are the scientists' role? They're doing research to further such exploitation, right? Because that's what they're doing. What are scientists doing? Inventing, discovering new things. This is exploitation of material resources. And their intention actually is to steal. Their intention is actually to steal. Take it away from Krishna. Don't use it for Krishna. On the other hand, the Tyagis, those who are unable to steal, have a sour grapes philosophy. Oh yes, these things are useless. There is no need of them. Mostly, of course, people are bhogis. That is, they're trying to use everything to enjoy sense gratification. But still, there are those who are baffled in sense gratification and who therefore say, no, no, we don't need these things. They would have also been bhogis just because they're baffled, meaning they're not getting what they want. Then they will just move to the other stage. Oh, it's easy to just give it up. At least I won't be frustrated. Right? So mostly everybody is bhogi, but when they don't get what they want, they become tyagi. Continuing the example, however, when $100 note is found, the person who acts most properly he is the one who takes it and says, someone has lost this note, let me find its owner. Upon returning that note, one renders real service. One who takes the note for himself and one who leaves the note where it is are both useless. Similarly, the bhogi and tyagi are both useless, but the bhakta, the devotee, knows that everything belongs to Krishna and should therefore be offered to Krishna. This is real service. See here, for example, Prabhupada, it's so powerful logic. That someone has lost his note, what will we say normally? We'll say, it's okay, we'll use it for Krishna. But Prabhupada didn't say that. Prabhupada said, no, 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 let me find its owner. But who is the actual owner? Everything belongs to Krishna. Therefore, should be offered to Krishna. So the point is that morally also we are right, but then a devotee also has a higher vision. He might find that person and give that money back to that person. The person will say, "Oh, this is a bhakta." Otherwise, somebody would have just taken the note, right? So, feeling the gratitude, that owner will actually give something to Krishna eventually. And of course, if the owner is not found, then obviously the bhakta will not use it for himself. He'll offer it to Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. What is the body? Everything belongs to Krishna. So, see, our consciousness should be this. Everything belongs to Krishna. And when we surrender to Guru, everything belongs to Guru. Our mind, body, intelligence, everything, our wealth, our family, literally everything belongs to Guru. We are actually cheaters when we accept this so-called initiation, and still we don't want to offer ourselves, our wealth, our time, our money to Guru and Krishna. We're just cheaters. Because everything belongs to Krishna anyway. And the whole idea of actually Diksha is to actually, it is a significant stage in a person's life, devotee's life, where he or she is saying, okay, from now on, I'm actually literally, while I had theoretically accepted that everything belongs to Krishna, now I'm going to practically demonstrate it that everything belongs to Krishna, including me, my body, my mind, my intelligence, my false ego, my family, my wealth, everything. That is initiation. Hmm. What is the body? It is a combination of material elements, earth, water, fire, air, heat, and the subtle psychological elements, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Krishna claims Binna Prakriti Ashtada. All these 8 elements are my separated energy. Then, how are the body and mind ours? And we are in this illusion of trying to use this body and mind for ours and struggling. We are trying to use it for our sense gratification and we are struggling. So anybody who has trouble with mind and body, simply we should start using it for Krishna. Then the pain will automatically reduce. But we find it very difficult. We find it very difficult. Every now and then we have to bring ourselves into the picture. Of course, I mean, first of all, when we hear this, many a times we fail to differentiate or discriminate, saying that, okay, this body and mind is not me. It is just given to me. It's not even mine. It's not mine. It has been given to me, right? Although I claim that the body is mine, I do not even know how it is working. A tenant in an apartment may pay rent and somehow or other occupy the apartment and enjoy its utilities, although he may not actually know how the heat and tap water are working. Similarly, although we do not know the details of how the body works, we are using this body which actually belongs not to us but to Krishna. This is a real fact. The body consists of the senses and the mind, and therefore the senses and mind also belong to Krishna. See, if we just remember this one thing, see, our problem is actually we keep forgetting, right? We keep forgetting because of information overload in Kali Yuga. So many unnecessary things keep bothering us, right? And from here, there, everywhere, WhatsApp, news, friends, relatives, all garbage only comes. And we don't have space. We have limited storage. So what we should do? We should keep away that nonsense away from our heads. And we should just store only what Prabhupada is saying. And then it becomes little more easier to remember. But still, Prabhupada has also said so many things. How will we remember? So then we have to say, okay, at this stage in my bhakti, these are the 5 things that are very critical for me, and make a note of those 5 things and put it in front of your whatever wardrobe, kitchen, whatever, right? Your computer, screensaver, whatever it is. These are the 5 things that I'm working on, that are important for me. Example, somebody is struggling with senses and mind. Say senses and mind belong to Krishna, so they have to be used for Krishna. Hmm. And if you are every now and then just failing to remember that I'm not the body, and we are getting entangled with the mind and body, thinking it's me. First, write down, I'm not this body, I'm not this mind. So things like this, and I've done this in the past. Staring at them all the time. Every time I get into some trouble, then again I know it's these 5 things which are putting me into trouble. Again, staring at that. I used to call it cheat sheet. Whom are we trying to cheat? We're trying to cheat Maya. So this is Maya cheat sheet. Write them down, keep staring at it, fight Maya. Fight Maya. Maya is what? Our stupid mind. That's all, nothing else. Our stupid mind is Maya. Just creates awkward situations all the time. Mm. Most of the people are having trouble much less because of body than because of mind. Somebody said this, somebody did this. How can this person say this? Just mind. All big problem, mind. Mm. So this book marathon, we're going to start a new series called Mind Control, for everybody. We're going to say, come and learn mind control with us. Mm. Because this is very important actually. People can't control their mind. It takes sadhana, it takes hard work. It's not easy. But simple things like this, whenever I'm trying to indulge senses and mind in sense gratification, simply remember, oh, it belongs to Krishna. Why am I misusing it? 100 times we will do, 101st time we will stop it. We will stop. We will not use it for sense gratification. For somebody it might be 10 times, and 11th time they stop using. For somebody it might be 100. For somebody it might be 1,000. And because it depends on where we are in our journey, right, towards Krishna. But simply remembering it again and again will help us out. Eventually we'll come out. And somebody, instead of, like we said, offer diya in Damodar, instead of offering one diya, somebody is offering 2 diyas. So he'll move faster, right? So which means that the more we are focused on fixing our current problems, which are obstacles to bhakti, please hear this attentively. The more we are focused, we should be focused on actually removing the current obstacles on the path of our bhakti. And the current obstacles on the path of our bhakti for each of us will be different. We can identify 1 or 2 maximum. We should identify 1 or 2 obstacles maximum and simply focus on that. And focus means what? Put the effort, understand what is the effort to be put the right effort, right? Beg for mercy. Beg for mercy. And this beg means what? Literally, if we are deeply troubled by something and we are absolutely stuck, literally we should be praying that that obstacle gets removed, and we can cry every day. Chanting, we can cry every day. It will purify us. It will give us the strength. We will overcome. But of course, we should not cry in public. And we are chanting in the temple and we suddenly start crying. People will think something is wrong. Right? But that 1 or 2 things, if we are able to identify, figure out the path to solve for it and work on it sincerely, Krishna will give mercy. There is no question of Krishna not giving mercy. But unfortunately, we think so much more about our own capability or lack of capability than Krishna's power, Krishna's mercy, that we simply want to continue to remain restricted. We say, yeah, this is my mind. Krishna will say, okay, looks like you're happy with the state of your mind. Okay, take it, your wish. But if you tell Krishna, Krishna, this mind is a mm, rascal, it's just troubling me. I don't want this. I want your mercy. Please, I don't have anybody else. I'm helpless orphan. Please help me. I'm helpless. The more we cry, more we beg for mercy, Krishna will give mercy. There's no doubt. And that mercy simply comes by following instructions and sticking to them. Right? Prabhupada is saying so many things here. Simply this one instruction: senses and mind belong to Krishna. That's all. It's an instruction. Saying that don't misuse it. So then keep meditating on this. Pray to Krishna. Krishna, I want to follow the instructions of your dear devotee Srila Prabhupada. Please give me strength. I'm very weak. Then we will be able to overcome. But we have to identify. Many people are so happy in Krishna consciousness. Happy means like just, okay, I'm going here, I'm doing kirtan, I'm having prasadam. Rest of the day I'm doing whatever nonsense, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah, they'll also make progress. But like I said, they'll take multiple lifetimes. Uh, uh, Swanishtita. Swanishtita Bhakta. So it'll take multiple lifetimes to come to Krishna. It's okay, it's good. It's not bad. But it's definitely not as good as being able to finish off everything this life, isn't it? So somebody wants to finish off this material existence, this life, little bit has to become serious. Has to do all these things, right? Identifying obstacles, working on them, getting over them, moving forward. Again, something else will come. Again, work on it. And very soon we'll reach a stage when there are no obstacles. Very soon, yeah, absolutely, very soon. In the overall, think about whole journey we've been having for zillions of lifetimes. Possibly in few tens of years or even lesser, we can get out of all this, provided we want to. That's the whole problem. And I keep, interacting with devotees, and I see how complicated people, so complicated. Oh my God. I mean, it's so difficult. Simply accepting, keeping our thinking simple, simply accepting Prabhupada's statements. But Prabhupada's statements accepting also is a big challenge for many, many people because they confuse. They confuse either intentionally or unintentionally. Some people do it intentionally, meaning uh, they just want to do something and they will use some pretext from Prabhupada's books, right, which is half-baked knowledge. But some people are genuinely stuck. Right, for them it is very simple, baby steps, one thing at a time will help. I'm a spirit soul, but I've been given the opportunity to utilize a certain type of material body because I wanted it. Krishna is so kind that he has given it to me. So uh, don't be frustrated with your body and mind. Krishna has given it to you because you wanted it. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyam. If one wants the body of a king, Krishna will give it. One follows the prescribed method, one will get the body of a king. If one wants the body of a hog, so that one may eat stool, Krishna will give one that kind of body also. But now in the human form of life, one should understand everything belongs to Krishna. So why am I hankering to satisfy this body which is supposedly mine? Rather, now that I have this body, let me serve Krishna. This is intelligence and this is bhakti. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. Bhakti means to use Rishika senses in the service of Rishikesha, Krishna, the master of the senses. Vaya Rishikena Hridi Stitasya Yatha Karomi. Because I wanted some sense gratification, forgetting that everything actually belongs to Krishna, I have been given this body which is a facility for sense gratification. But the senses have no value without Krishna, and therefore the natural conclusion is that senses belong to Krishna. Therefore, since I have these senses, why not use them for Krishna's satisfaction? This is bhakti. We still want to use our senses for our satisfaction. And because it looks like bhakti, we are happy. But actually, it is not bhakti. It is called bhakti abhasa, a semblance of bhakti. It looks like bhakti, but it's not bhakti. We are now enjoying sense gratification by activities of bhakti, thinking that it is bhakti, but it is bhakti abhasa. It's okay. All of us, initial stages of our bhakti, will be in this stage where we are using our senses. We are getting sense gratified by activities of bhakti, but soon we have to overcome that. That bhakti abhasa stage is like very initial stage of bhakti. So, okay, I'll end there. If anybody has any questions, comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, you explained that mind control some class. Is it in Zoom or what, Prabhu?
No, this is in marathon. We'll announce.
Okay.
You, all of you, like I told, no, it's all part of the book marathon. process. So we're also planning to do a seminar along with book distribution. We want to do it in as many places as possible. So simple 1 hour seminar, which all of you already know, just that we are not following the process properly, but we want to reach that to more people.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, you told that we should identify one or two major problems and pray to Krishna for that. So,
No, let me just correct it. We should identify 1 or 2 problems. First, find out what the obstacle is. Understand from Prabhupada's books what the solution to get over that obstacle is. And then make the effort and parallelly pray to Krishna. This is the whole process.
okay. So, Prabhuji, my question is that, like, when I come to think about it, there are lots of problems that come into picture. So, how do I prioritize or think about which are the most critical ones?
Which are taking you away most away from Krishna.
Okay,
Those are the most critical ones.
okay.
See, there are 2 ways of thinking about this, right? Different people have different approaches. For some people, like some easy gains, they want to get easy gains, meaning some things which are easy to overcome, they'll first overcome, right?
Hmm,
And they'll feel enthused about, okay, I'm now overcome 1, 2 problems, small problems. Now let me focus on big. So it depends on your approach. But others want to first tackle the big ones.
hmm,
Uh, right, so it depends on your what appeals to you, but either way we have to identify key, and this is a continuous process. Every time, every stage of our bhakti, we have to identify obstacles. And if we are not identifying obstacles, like I said, we are not sincere. That's all, simple.
hmm.
Many devotees come and tell me, this person is like that. Husband tells about wife tells about husband. Let's see, if they are sincere, they'll come. If they're not sincere, who can feed sincerity into anybody's head? Nobody. It's a choice,
Correct.
right? If somebody wants to waste time doing nonsense, we get up in the morning and we end up doing wasting time. I know so many, right? People like morning 1 hour, 1.5 hours wasted. Wasted. It's important for them, right? From their own perspective, it is important. Like somebody might be going for some yoga class, somebody is going for some walking, somebody is doing something else. But that's not the first thing that you do. If you're serious about bhakti, the first thing that you do when you get up is chant Hare Krishna. Right now, if you are not sincere, obviously we will not come to this stage. We might keep thinking I'm a devotee and just cheating ourselves, cheating everybody around us. That's our choice. Our choice.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Anything else? Yeah, Gyanendra Prabhu. Anything? Not audible. If you're saying something. Okay. Don't know. Maybe you can. I don't know if your internet is a problem. Okay. Anyway, we'll close here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda.
Hare Krishna.